West.
His pull-up jump shot was absolutely vicious. See, that was just, you're using more of a dynamic pull-up shot. See that right there? So Oscar's was, using his body, but you see Jerry's kind of like me. He's wiry, kind of uses quickness to get guys off. See?
Nice little up fake.
I use that a lot too. I'm actually watching the defender a lot and trying to figure out, what is he seeing as an offensive player to make him do what he's doing, or why that makes sense in terms of what is he thinking at that moment, and why did that move work.
Jerry was the type of player that, would embarrass you. He was so quick and fast. I mean, he'd just blow right by you.
That's Jerry West. This fella can shoot a little bit.
He was the guy I did not want to guard because he was so quick. And he could leap and he could get to a spot and all of a sudden he's up. You don't even have time to get up and try to block the shot. That's how good he was.
Playing with the Laker team that has the great Jerry West, who was in his twilight, and Wilt Chamberlain, who was in his twilight, and Gail Goodrich was the star of the team, and names that you would even not even know. I can't even tell you what the heck they were. You understand? We did not have this awesome talent.
Jerry.
First guard would be, it's tough, because Jerry West was a terrific player, too,
And no one delivered more consistently than Mr. Clutch, Jerry West. From the first time he put on a Laker uniform, West showed that he wasn't afraid to take the crucial shot. In fact, he welcomed it.
It's almost like an arrogance that you don't think you can fail. And particularly when the game's on the line, it seems like it's easier.
2 seconds, 1 second, West throws it up. He makes it. West threw it up and makes it.
If you do it once, you like the feeling. And if you like the feeling, you want to do it again.
I think Jerry West is one of the all-time greats. There was no player that could stop him in the league. If you played a big player to try and take away the jump shot from him, he'd out-quick him and beat him on a drive. If you try to play a quick player on him so you could take away his drive, he'd shoot over the top of that player.
Jerry with 8 in the timer shoots a 20-foot four shot and makes it. Jerry West off of the wrong foot, I believe, Lynn.
Jerry West, in my opinion, was a fierce competitor. He was a clutch player. He was never afraid to take a key shot.
West stops for a 20-foot right-hander. It's good.
A lot of times in my career, we go over and have a timeout. It'd be a close game or a tie game, and I don't even want to play rerun. Just give me the basketball, and let's see what happens. And I think that's the kind of attitude.
And he could shoot that ball, and he could run that court. Right close by to his offensive prowess was his defensive ability. And to me, Jerry West was the most underrated defensive player in that era.
It seemed that every time he was called upon, why, he answered the call very well. But the talent obviously has to be there. If Jerry had been just another guard who shot it pretty well, or didn't have the moves to free himself or get away from just about any kind of defensive pressure, that wouldn't have worked, and he wouldn't have become Mr. Clutch.
We knew that if we got close in a game, we had a tie game or one down, and we could get the ball to West for that last shot, we were home free. He'd put it in. It was like money in the bank.
Terrible. A lot of things, a lot of problems on the Lakers, a lot of coaching changes. Nothing ever disturbed Jerry West. I would always say that you could drop bombs around him when he was taking off that jump shot, and as long as the shrapnel never hit his hands, he was going to sink it. That was Jerry West.
It was only when I began to play with Jerry West that I realized that he was the best I'd ever seen at that position. His instincts were the best I've ever seen.
Jerry, I think, deservedly has to be looked upon as perhaps the premier guard that's ever played the game.
Jerry West is probably the finest basketball player that ever played the game.
Jerry was a guy that just had super confidence, and it bordered on being cocky. He totally confused me, and he saw the look in my eyes, one of these looking around, looking for help, and then he just went to work.
Person going to the wire, we always went to Jerry West. The last shot of the game, he's going to make it. His nickname was Mr. Clutch.
Jerry West was the equal of Michael Jordan.
Michael might have played the game maybe more athletic than Jerry did, but there wasn't a better clutch player in the history of the NBA other than Jerry West.
Now you're going to have Jerry West probably get it, and he's going to try to go all the way, most likely.
He would let it go, and he would just start running to the locker room.
5, 4, 3, 2 points.
Everyone knew Jerry West was going to get the basketball. Before Jerry West shot the basketball, he would always boom, boom, boom. Dribble the basketball really hard, twice. Boom, boom, boom.
Bang, bang, shoot. Bang, bang.
The drive, stop, up, form, in.
You would think that he wasn't that quick, and he was. You would think that he wasn't that aggressive, and he was. You would think that he wasn't that strong, and he was, and the guy was a smart player.
He got all of his accolades because he was such a prolific scorer. But people who knew the game and who had to play against him respected how good he was defensively.
There would be situations where you'd come down 3-on-1 with Jerry West, the only defender, and you were afraid to do anything with the ball because you knew you'd have it going the other way with it.
Hated losing more than any man I've ever been around in my life. Running off the court to the locker room. I see this guy, West, dribbling up the court with this hell-bent look on his face, you know. I was like, what is wrong with him?
2 seconds, 1 second. West throws it up. He makes it.
It's the most jubilant I've ever seen Jerry West. He knew that Mr. Clutch had hit again.
If he had a bad game, he did not rest. And believe me, having room with him, I can tell you this unequivocally, he did not rest until he rectified that bad game.
So that's it for this video, guys. I want to thank you guys so much for watching. If you did enjoy, make sure you guys smash the like button. Let's see if we can hit 100 likes. And also subscribe to the channel to catch all the new content. We will be releasing daily videos for all of 2022, like I said. And also make sure to let me know down in the comments below what you thought. I will be responding to all the comments. Thank you guys so much for watching, and have a great day.